So the prospering consciousness is what has come to us about that. We experienced Edwin Gaines, who recently presented at Agape and did a Prosperity Plus workshop, 3-hour workshop. And for those of you that didn't get to experience that, you can check it out on agapelive.com. They have it there. It is so powerful. And what I love that she clarified for me, and I've been a practitioner for a long time and I know about tithing, but there was something that spoke to me so powerfully more than ever before about what the tithe is, why we tithe, and how we tithe. And that call allowed me to step into that more powerfully than ever. And I shared the video with Savoi and didn't say anything, and he was so inspired, and he'll share his transformation as a result of stepping into that and saying yes too. And what has come over the months since we have been faithfully tithing as a family is that this idea of the pure tithe, what the pure tithe is. Because I have tithed before. I've written those checks with my hands trembling. I've written those checks, really shaking and being in doubt and fear. I've written those checks, sometimes feeling like I was scared not to write the check. I've written those checks looking for my good still externally. And what came home to me about the pure tithe is that we're really, really only tithing for one reason, and that's to know that God is our source. Really. To know our oneness in God, really. And to feel that congruence and that alignment, the fulfillment and the joy of that so deeply embodied in the heart. And that the tithe comes from that place of purity, that it comes from that place of the grace and the graciousness of God. That we are these vessels and extensions that gets to participate in this powerful flow of circulation. And so to be powerful participators in that, to understand that we're writing those checks from that place first of thank you God, when that flow shows up in our experience as money, and then to turn within and ask, where does this tithe go? Where have I been spiritually fed? And to be clear of what spiritual food is. And so spiritually fed to me is anywhere that you are the deepening of understanding of spiritual principle and how to live in alignment with that. Because we're inspired in a lot of different places and we can give to organizations and feel like we're fed by those, but that's different. The pure tithe, tithing to where I'm spiritually fed, where I have been taught these spiritual principles to live in alignment with them in a deeper way. And then to tithe with gratitude, deep, profound gratitude and joy and love and excitement about participating in the circulation. And so the pure tithe, as Edwin says, really is non-negotiable, and there's no new loopholes. And I don't even want to have any. I'm just so standing with both feet in with joy. And absolute love and participation, purely. And can't wait to write those tithe checks. And watching the momentum of that torrential flow show up and increase. And to know that I'm living in congruence and alignment. So we'll talk about the personal alignment, because that really is what the pure tithe is. It's really about alignment. And it feels so phenomenal to be in alignment. And when we step into and say yes, absolutely, to the pure tithe, consistently, faithfully, with joy and love, then we absolutely are saying yes to alignment in every area of our life. Because when we can say yes there, when it comes to money, and we can show up in that in alignment, that is powerful. I'm telling you, it'll change your life like never before. So wherever you are in your practice of tithing, there's an opportunity to come even higher in that, more pure in the moment, inspired in the moment, guided in the moment. Anything that you want to add about that before you go into sharing about your personal alignment?
No, that speaks pure tithing right there.
Awesome. Thank you.
So my experience with tithing has been it's it's actually been a fun experience. You know, I'm 25 years old. I grew up with these teachings. You know, my mom she introduced me to gratitudes and tithing and saving money for yourself. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? You know, is that just donating, charity? Like, you know, I want to buy some video games. You know, so. But it's been a great experience. My mom actually introduced me to the Edwin Gaines video, and I watched it. And what really stuck out to me in that video was the teaching that the universe will get the 10% and more if you don't tithe. So there's been times in my life where the universe got 10% and more, you know, and it didn't feel good in my being, and I knew that's what was going on. And so for you in the audience, for everyone here, I'm sure there's been times in your life where you know, the universe has got 10% or more, certain surprises that'll come up. Fees, speeding tickets, I had an IRS audit letter, certain things that come up, you know, where the flow is still taken. So it's been a great experience. It changed my life. I feel like with the personal and the emotional and spiritual fulfillment I have now, it's priceless. So I actually started tithing. I was like, okay, this seems pretty cool. Started tithing, and actually I sold my car. And the interesting thing about this story with me selling my car is that I've been trying to sell my car for 2 years. And after tithing for 8 days, my car was sold. So that was amazing. That blew me away. I was like, wow, Mom, this really works. Like, this is pretty cool. What you're saying is actually true, you know. So that was a cool instance. Certain, just like checks would come out of nowhere. You know, little gifts would come here and there, and it was like, wow, this is really cool. Somewhere along the lines, I had the belief that I didn't have enough to tithe, to pay my expenses, and to live the lifestyle that I wanted. And what happens when we believe? It turned out to might be my reality. Actually, my bank account would overdraft a lot. It was always low. I was like, hey, you know, I asked my mom and my sister, can I borrow $5, $10 over, you know, put my account back? And I was all over the place. I had issues with my health. I had some dizziness going on. I had a sinus issue. Took the antibiotics. The sinus issue was still there. So it showed up in a lot of different ways in my life. And actually, through my desire for spiritual and emotional fulfillment, I kind of came back to my spiritual side and really focused on yoga and Pilates and going to church and praying and really taking time to get to know myself with God and what that means. And that's what actually brought me back to tithing. It wasn't even really the money aspect. The money aspect is important because that's what we focus on day to day, on our daily lives, to live the life that we want. But it brought me back to tithing, and it's been a turning point where I can't go back. I have a pretty cool story too, where actually I was driving with my buddies to Vegas, right? We were excited, and I admit I was driving a little too fast. Got pulled over and spoke with the officer, and they said, well, you know, you were speeding. I was like, yeah, I was. I'm just really excited. I was telling them I'm a really good kid. I'm, a college student, college grad. And he says, well, it's an $800 ticket, and that's a point on your license. So we talked through it, and then he's like, well, I'm gonna go check it out. So he goes back to his car, comes back, and says, you know what? You don't have your license today. I'm like, yeah, I have it right here. It's right here. He's like, no, you don't have your license today. You have a no license ticket, $25 fix-it ticket. Have a nice Memorial Day. So that was really cool. That was a nice demonstration. I tied less than that. I got saved $800, a point on my record. It was a great demonstration. So one more demonstration really quick, actually. This I think is just hilarious. I have my health insurance through Kaiser, right? And pay the same every month, same premium. And every year it's actually gone up more. And this last month, I actually received 3 refund checks of overpayment on my insurance premium, which makes no sense because it's actually more. So it's interesting how the universe is just showing me this confirmation and making it fun and exciting. So like today, we had our tithe checks, and we were like, I can't wait to get my tithe off. I was like, ready? I was like, I want to have my blessing right now. But it's really awesome, and I'm really fulfilled and perfect health. I'm in a wonderful relationships, my family, wonderful intimate relationship, and it's great really just sharing these principles and talking about tithing and what it means and really being in personal alignment. I also had to clean up certain areas of my life, so certain relationships that I had, certain people in my life. I had to take a different step, a different choice. Clean out my closet. I have some stuff in here. Sometimes I'm always there. My mom will have some stuff in there. I'm like, hey, I'm cleaning my closet, get your stuff, because we're cleaning now. We're making a vacuum for new stuff to come. So it's been an awesome experience.
And as mom, I always love that if you could share about the pre-relationship with the word alignment and post-relationship with the word alignment in regards to tithing.
Of course. Well, before, when I would have certain things that would come up, when I was trying to sell my car, we tried all sorts of things. I was like, it's not working, you know, what should we do? And mom would say, you're out of alignment. You know, and I just had that mother voice in my ear, and I would hear it, like, it just bugged me, it frustrated me so much. And actually, the alignment pieces brought me back. And so the alignment has actually become almost my best friend. It's been a blessing, so I have a different perspective with that. But it's been a fun experience. So.
I love that alignment isn't a dirty word.
Yeah.
You know, because we all know what it feels like to be in alignment. We all know what it feels like to be out of